and presently represents about 75 young achievers in this region. YA Coimbatore chapter has been very active and hosted the first ever YA Southern Regional Summit and the President of India for the Integrity India campaign. We have also had interactive sessions with eminent personalities like Mr. M. Damodaran, Chairman SEBI, Mr. Sashi Tharoor, Under Secretary General, United Nations, Mr. K. Gopalakrishnan, CEO and MD, Infosys Technologies Limited, and the likes. On the same lines, we have come to listen to your speech. We have all heard from many of our friends that you are an extremely great speaker, and today we are all here to witness it. I am sure all of us are looking forward to it. And before I leave the stage for Swamiji, I would like to speak a few lines about Swamiji. An eminent teacher of Vedanta and an erudite scholar in Sanskrit, teaching Vedanta in India for more than 4 decades and around the world since 1976. Spoken at many of the most prestigious American universities and has addressed international conventions, UNESCO and the United Nations. Has initiated and supported the world. With these few words, I would now request Swamiji to address us. Thank you.
Welcome to all of you. This is a Gurukulam. Where there are regular programs for learning. They are both residential and people from outside also come and participate in the classes. Now, what we have here now, a program for about 2.5 months. This is the last lap. Till the end of the month, we have this course going. We also undertake long-term courses like 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years. People are resident here. So what generally is taught in 9 years, 10 years, Sanskrit, Vedanta, they are able to cover within these 3.5 years. Because they are resident here. The whole day they have classes. Even today, for this program's sake, we conducted our classes in the morning. 2 classes I combined in 1 class. A stretched class. Generally a class is for an hour. So I had 1 hour and 45 minutes class. So this is what do we teach? Spiritual knowledge. In our tradition, we have a teaching tradition. That's advantage. I feel that every human being must have a certain minimum knowledge. Because human being is a self-judging person. Highly judgmental. One is judgmental of oneself and others also. I need to make a judgment of myself. When I'm conscious of myself as a person, then either I know myself as I am, or I make a judgment about myself. One thing is definite. As an individual, I have a certain confinement. I don't stretch beyond a certain limit. I have a locale. My anatomy is my locale. And therefore, beyond the dermis, the skin, I don't exist. I am from beyond the head, I'm not there. Here I am not, between the two fingers, if a bullet passes through, I will thank all gods. But I will say, Tapitin, bach gaya. I am not hit, correct? Because I don't exist here. But here I exist. I am all pervasive in this body. Therefore, my judgment is going to be in terms of my body, my senses, my mind. And I have certain accomplishments, some skills. So I'm going to judge myself on the basis of whatever I have accomplished. In terms of my body too, I am tall, I am short, I am black, I am fair. This is a particular expression among Indians. Fair. You can't talk like that in America. Either it's all black and white. Either you are white or black. There is no brown in between. Fair and all that's not acceptable. But we have this fair complexion and all this. I am fat. It is a very important part of your essence. Very important part. Because it makes people desperate. Therefore they eat more. And therefore, so it is not an easy thing. Therefore, the fat does not confine itself to the body. It travels to condition your notion about yourself. And therefore, the body, even though the body doesn't have a complex, that's why it goes on storing. Otherwise, it won't store anything. It has no complex. It's a dumb thing. It is programmed to store. for a wintry day. It goes on storing. It doesn't know that we are all executives. It doesn't know that we have got enough and more for 2 generations, 3 generations. Why do you? We won't have a problem. Come on, why do you store? Body doesn't know. It is programmed to store for that day when you would starve. That is how it is programmed. Therefore it would store. Dehaha, the body, is free from complex. Then who has got complex? Who has got complex? Senses cannot have complex. They are means, after all. With the eyes you see, with the ears you hear. You employ them. They have no complex. And the mind also is a karanam. It's a means for emoting, for thinking, for storing, in memory, for recollecting. Then who has got the complex? Mind doesn't have a complex. If it has, it will be always stuck with that. It doesn't have a complex. Only the I notion, the ego, has got all the complex. Therefore, the life of a human being is complex. Because the person is full of complexes, the human life is very complex, and it has to be lived intelligently. Money is not everything. If money is everything, then every moneyed person should be happy. It's not true. Money gives a certain freedom. It's an economic freedom, an elbow room. Can also have a certain ego satisfaction, because we don't look down upon money. We call money Lakshmi. In American dollar bill, there is a sentence printed in every dollar bill, and that is, in God we trust. When an American asks me, do you have in your currency anything like that? In God we trust. I said, we don't need it. Why? Because in money we trust. And therefore, because money itself is God. Money is Lakshmi for us. Correct? Money is Lakshmi. Knowledge is Saraswathi. In which culture you have got that? Therefore, we cannot play ducks and drakes with money. We have to be careful. We have respect for it. You can't step on a rupee note. Even though 1 rupee note has no big value for you. But still, it is a symbol of Lakshmi. It grows upon you, that attitude. This attitude is something you can't buy in the market. Being born and brought up here, it grows upon you. more often than not without knowing its meaning. Therefore, no culture understands money as we understand. We respect money. Revere money. But we revere knowledge also. Correct? Saraswathi. Without that knowledge, money can destroy us. You will find Saraswathi is always playing Veena. He seems to be happy. In fact, she should be unhappy if she knows what's going on with the people. People want dhanam, wealth, that is called Dhana Lakshmi. People want land, agriculture, etc., Dhanya Lakshmi, that is also Lakshmi. You want to make a home, that is Griha Lakshmi. That means marriage, that is Vara Lakshmi. That means children, Santana Lakshmi. Well-being, Saubhagya Lakshmi. Success, Jaya Lakshmi. Enterprise, courage for the executives, Dhairya Lakshmi. Saraswati, the other woman, must be very jealous. Unmadana must be very jealous. She should be the most depressed woman. But she seems to be nonchalant. She is playing Veena happily because she seems to know. She knows that none of this will make him happy. Why? See, to make money, you require jnana. To keep the value of money, you require jnana, knowledge. Against inflation, you have to retain the value. That means you have to invest. That means you require to think. You have to take risk. Correct? Dangerous. You require a lot of knowledge. You can get happiness out of home only when you know how to make a home. There should be communication. You can make it dysfunctional. If there is no understanding, there is no communication, there is no joy. This fellow goes on making money, he comes home, then the children all run to their own rooms because he has made. Therefore he has given them each one a room. And each one goes to his own room now. Because you have made it. And this fellow comes home. And when he has made it, comes home, all the children, Appavara, Appavara. So father is coming, all it's like a tiger coming. All ran. Then wife also. His wife tells the children, father is coming, dad is coming. Go all of you. She also goes. Only one that comes out is the dog. In some cases, even dog runs. What a life. Where is Ananda? It takes a lot of Saraswathi. You require minimum knowledge, sir, to make a home, to be a parent, to be a father, to be a mother. You require to have minimum knowledge. Without that knowledge of living, this is knowledge gathered in these workshops. How to control this, how to control that. Okay, this is all professional knowledge, some skills. But still, you are a person. Everything is meant for you. And therefore, you need to have a certain minimum knowledge. Minimum knowledge for living, intelligent living. We imbibed from our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. When there was time, when there was a joint family, as the child grows, it always had some elder in the family to tell stories, informed person. You can sit on the lap of somebody and learn. Such an empty lap is not available. If the lap is empty, there is a laptop. So there is no empty lap anywhere. Forget it. It's gone. And this what is this? This cell phone came. It's just people have lost patience. You see them when you travel in the flight. The flight has not landed. It has landed all right, but it's still the door has to open. People have to. He has not. They have to bring the flight of steps. But before that, you find them all talking. No patience. Now I wonder how these people could live without this. Just a few years ago, I'm coming to the compound outside the No patience. Nobody has patience.